Hi, Rob Linhart here in the Hazel's Wine Department, and here we go with Zuper Zale for the week of February 13th.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.
We're visiting Europe this week. We're going to start with a repeat performer. This is the 2020 Cantina di Venosa Verbo Malvasia. This is coming out of Basilicata in the south of Italy. Malvasia, a very floral grape, and you're going to find that right away. It's going to whack you in the face with this big floral element and citrus, lime, lemon, orange zest. It's all in there. This beautiful citrus component's going to carry through. On the palate, though, you're going to find a little more detail than that. There's a nice, soft, grassy note kind of running through this wine. Texturally, this is full, big, round, mouth-filling and mouth-coating texture in this wine. You're really going to know you're drinking wine here when you get this on your palate. But for that richness, the acidity does come through, dries out the finish nicely, kind of cleans things up on the palate, and is just going to want to leave you drinking more. Next up, we're heading to Greece now for the 2020 Domen Zafirakis Rosé of Limniona. If you haven't heard of Limniona, you're not alone. We had to do a little research on this grape. My research involved tasting the wine, and what you're going to get here up front, a nice little whiff of dried cherry. We're going to get into some darker tones. We're thinking earth, cocoa nib, a little bit leathery. There's a mineral component to this wine up front. Slow to unwind on the nose and palate, but as it opens up on the palate, you're going to start to drift into some citrusy tones, orange peel, herbal component. I was thinking oregano, a distinct pencil shaving note. So think graphite and a little bit of cedar to kind of play with that herbal component. A light-ish rosé. As it carries through on the finish, it's going to be slightly grippy. Again, that mineral element's going to give you just a little bit of bite, but it's going to dry out nicely on the finish. So it's going to evolve from a sort of a non-fruit side into some fruits on the finish. Nice long finish. Very detailed wine, slow to unwind and show you its true colors, but when it gets there, it will reward you for your patience. Last but certainly not least, we're back to Italy for one of our all-time great performers. You've been waiting and it's back. This is the 2020 Baracchi Olillo Toscana Rosso. What can I say? Year after year after year, I wait for them to foul this wine off. They always get the job done. They're still getting it done. Another excellent example here. Opening with some lovely, fresh, cherry, berry fruits, kind of on the redder side. As always, a little bit of earthy tones, a little bit of leather, bit of an herbal component. As it carries through, we're definitely going to drift into some darker tones. You'll start to get into some blueberry, blackberry. I was even getting a bit of a red plum note. I suspect the Merlot there. Beautiful detail in this wine, as always. Super complex and interesting. A bit firmer than the previous vintage. Good mineral streak running through this wine. But as always, nice, smooth, soft, easy finish on this wine. Baracchi does it again. Detailed, complex, interesting, fantastic finish on this wine. It's going to go on all day. Drink it in Denver. You'll still be tasting it in Colorado Springs. An excellent example. Once again, Baracchi Olillo. Get it while the getting's good.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.